Wind's picking up. Okay, so it's starting to pick up as it comes around there.
Be careful. This is big water. Now all of a sudden the wind's picking up and it's absolutely crazy. Sails all the way up. It needs to be down. Hey! The wind was blowing so hard, we were filling the boat up with water. We're going to send this boat over, lose our equipment, and maybe drown.
Right now, 20 miles off the eastern coast of Africa, these 4 explorers are sailing into the unknown. They are headed deep into the interior of Tanzania.
We'll be travelling 970 miles through an extraordinary range of environments, and a lot of them extremely hostile.
Africa's got unbelievable numbers of dangers. Swamps, deserts. But you know, the most dangerous thing we'll face are the snakes. There are 29 deadly poisonous snakes in Tanzania.
Give me that med kit quick, guys.
Using only a compass and basic maps, they will attempt to recapture one of the greatest adventures in world history.
In the 19th century, explorers were like rock stars.
Dr. David Livingstone is probably the greatest explorer of all time.
Livingstone was one of the best-known people in the world.
He was a man who was making the world a better place. He decided to make it his life's mission to stamp out slavery. So he was a hero of his time, and then he disappeared.
Enter Henry Morton Stanley, an American journalist sent by the New York Herald to find Britain's lost hero.
You know, he knew adventure, but he wasn't an explorer. He had never set foot in Africa.
He wanted the scoop, this great mystery. Dead or alive, he would find out what happened to Dr. David Livingstone.
Now, 4 modern-day explorers are on a quest to relive the most grueling parts of Stanley's perilous journey to find Dr. Livingstone. Navigator Pasquale Scaturo.
I've rafted the entire length of the Nile. I've led the first blind guy up Mount Everest. What draws me to exploration is really complex. It's so deeply embedded in my soul that it's like a drug. I'm here to find out if what Stanley wrote was fact or fiction.
Wildlife expert Maria Mayer.
It's the ultimate challenge. I mean, this is the true test of what we're made of, because these are essentially, in my world, heroes. We now, as modern-day explorers, need to look within ourselves and say, are we that tough?
Survivalist Benedict Allen.
I'm someone who's come back from the dead half a dozen times, and on my very first expedition, I even had to eat my dog to survive. On this expedition, I've been trying to understand Stanley, this extraordinary survivor. He really was the ultimate explorer.
And journalist Kevin Seitz.
I think my role in this expedition is ultimately to hopefully resurrect the spirit of Stanley in some ways. A lot of what I read about Stanley was how nervous he was. He didn't know what to expect. In a lot of ways, I feel the same way. You know, more than likely, Africa will conquer me.
The adventure begins here, off the eastern coast of Tanzania, on the exotic island of Zanzibar, with its clear, beautiful water and dark past. Once the mecca of the Arab slave trade, the island was also the jumping-off point for all the great African explorers. All 4 explorers meet here for the first time, at what was once the British consulate. This is the story behind one of the most infamous lines of exploration history. Dr. Livingstone, I presume.
Hello, I'm Benedict.
Maria Mayer.
Travelling into the interior together.
Yes, we are. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you. What a
And
place.
what a place to be.
What a place. Smell the history. Absolutely. For us, as modern-day explorers, to walk into that building which smelt of so much history, the launch pad for these great explorers as they headed off into the unknown, that was so exciting. I suppose it's something like a Catholic going to visit the Vatican and seeing the Pope. It's always great to be in Africa. We have another explorer. Hello. I'm Benedict.
I'm Pasquale.
Look at your hat. Stanley's hat. Brilliant.
There he is.
Hey.
The last one.
Fellow explorers, I presume. How are you? I'm Kevin Seitz.
Pasquale.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Hi, Maria. Nice to meet you.
Benedict.
Nice to meet you, Benedict.
What do you, are you a...
I'm a journalist.
You are Stanley, then...
I don't know if I would be as bold as to say that, you know.
I was so nervous going in there. These guys are very accomplished. I just hope I can offer something of value before this is all over.
I lead a lot of expeditions. You know, mountaineering, boating, rafting expeditions. The K2 Everest.
Do you see yourself as the natural leader for us, then?
Oh, it's up to you guys. I guess.
We'll have to see. I think we're going to have to see how it evolves and what works for us.
That's what I think.
Pasquale is used to having things his way, and I'm the sort of person who's not very good at obeying orders. So if he starts ordering me around, you know, there's going to be a bit of a problem. But if he can lead the expedition and get us safely there, I'll be fine with that.
So what we have is, let's start here. This is his work map.
The great objective for us is to understand Stanley and his world, and that's what we must be edging towards all the
What
time.
he took 9 months to do, we're going to do in 30 days.
Yeah.
It's going to be a trek.
It is.
We're going to be moving.
We're going to be moving.
Like Stanley, we're chasing the rainy season, and that could very well kill an expedition more than anything. More than anything. Our goal here is to do an expedition in the spirit of Stanley, to retrace his expedition from Zanzibar all the way to Ujiji, Tanganyika. We're going to do the same amount of distance, but we're going to try to do it in 30 days, which means we're going to have to skip those big portions that now are fairly populated. We want to feel and see and smell and hear some of the most difficult challenges that Stanley did.
The big concern is water.
I think,
to
to me, that is our big thing. Heat exhaustion.
Yeah,
and,
dehydration.
My biggest concern right now, I think, is the snake issue. The snake thing concerns me.
29 species of venomous snake.
My snake bite kit is simple. I've got a hatchet and a sharp knife. Because a lot of times it's the only way you'll survive. We're going to sail the boat ourselves. You know that. Is anybody here a sailor?
No. But I don't think we should think about that too much. I think we should get cracking with our planning, because time is short.
And I think we have to get going to get supplies.
We don't have the 9 months that Stanley had. We have to get food, equipment, and gear, source a boat, get on the water, and get across the channel to Bagamoyo in an incredibly small amount of time.
All right, let's go.
All right. Yeah, I think up here's the port. I think around the corner here. Juana?
Jumbo. We need a boat to rent to go to Bagamoyo. 4 people? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay?
Let's look at this boat.
It's Stanley, Livingston. They sailed exactly these same boats.
It looks pretty solid. It looks good.
It does. 140 years ago, they got in these dhows, and they put their equipment in it, and they sailed over to Bagamoyo, exactly like we're doing. It's great.
What do you reckon, Maria? There was Pasquale mentioning in his first sentence, actually, that he got up, helped someone up to the top of Everest and K2. And,
You mean the way he came across when he said it?
well, it's, you know, you're someone who studies primates, and there was a primate with a lot of display behaviour, you know.
I think you guys are going to butt heads a lot. That's what I think.
Okay, so there we have a market. And then what, 1 kilo of garlic? So rice.
Definitely rice, coffee. Total of 9 kilos of that.
I'm still not very clear when we're going to resupply.
We're trying to decide how much food to bring with us because we're trying not to overpack. At the same time, we're not sure when we can resupply.
There's so many unknowns, and that
There's
is
so many unknowns.
it's mind-boggling. I think 30 days. I mean,
Well,
Stanley had huge pressures against him. For him, it was about secrecy. He didn't want the world to realise he was after this great story, the scoop of a lifetime, to find Livingston. So he was shopping at night and so on.
we are pressed for time.
For us, huge pressures as well, but for us, it's about time.
Take your personal gear first and put it on a boat, secure, and then, and then we'll come back and download the group gear, okay?
All right.
Right here, right here. Okay.
Say goodbye to Zanzibar, guys.
Stanley did this in 1871. I'm sure it was the same as us. You don't know what to expect over in Bagamoyo. You just don't know. Okay, let's turn it and go. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, tatu. Okay, come on. Mojambili, tatu. Mojambili, tatu. Best case scenario is things are smooth, but we just don't know.
There we were on the Dowel at the start of our great adventure, and it was just one of those extraordinary moments, seeing Zanzibar behind us and then ahead of us, Africa, the great continent. That, of course, reminded us of all the explorers and pioneers who've been there in the past, in that same position, launching out across the water.
Wind's picking up. It's starting to pick up as it comes around there.
We got wind. We got crosswind.
Then suddenly it all happened. Sails started flapping and there was fear in the eyes of the captain. And so he began ordering us around.
Sails all the way up. It needs to be down. We're trying to get this huge mast with this 500-pound canvas sail rolled down to the deck. And it's absolutely crazy. We're not even in Bagamoyo yet. We're going to send this boat over, lose our equipment, maybe drown.
It'd been pretty smooth sailing, actually. All of a sudden, the winds picked up in such a way that it was making it quite dangerous. None of us had any experience sailing.
Your head.
We're at least 100 meters from shore. Wind's probably blowing 30 miles an hour, and we're grounded. Water's about 4 feet deep. Either we carry our stuff in or we try to find a small dinghy, a small boat to float our stuff in.
So do you want to just test the water?
Yeah, go on.
I think we established a depot on the beach.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
What do you need me to carry? Anything else?
No, you're good. Go. Bagamoyo was the launching point for expeditions into the heart of Africa. Bagamoyo means crushed heart in Swahili because that would be the last place the slaves saw their homeland before coming to Zanzibar and the slave markets.
More stuff over there?
Yeah, you know what? There's like 3 bags left.
Got it.
Let's hope we can bring it all together and understand Henry Morton Stanley.
As you all have seen, I've got first edition of Stanley's How I Found Livingstone. What I'd like to do, if you all agree, is have us sign this and write something in the front at this point as we begin our journey. And then when we finish our journey, we'll write something at the back of the book.
Here's to discovery, adventure, and exploration. May we sit around many campfires together for life.
Oh, wow. Nice.
You like that? All right.
Okay, we've got coffee and tea over here. We got plenty, I think. You like your tea strong?
Tea, yeah, just like it should be. Strong and English. Great, it's a good cup of tea. Oh. Wasn't quite the drink I was expecting. What do you think, strategy with the porters? Do you think we let Pasquale sort them out?
Oh, we have a choice?
Having led 30 years of expeditions around the world, I know absolutely one of the most important things is a head porter. And he is going to be so important for us to be able to communicate with, help us with porters and the logistics of the expedition. Julius?
Hey.
We sourced a guy named Julius. He's a Tanzanian. He has lots of experience.
Zurshana, how are you?
Good. Are you good?
Good. Jim, how are you?
Maria, nice to meet you.
We've also sourced 2 Maasai warriors that will help us in the defense of our camps and hopefully keep the expedition safe.
Hopefully you will improve your Swahili.
Hopefully.
Good.
Maasai, they know how to live with animals, dangerous animals. And that's why I am with explorers, maybe to help them for dangerous animal or some place like dangerous place.
What a great guy, huh?
I love this too.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
The Maasai are a proud people. Every man is expected to kill a lion with a spear. So these are the young warriors that we chose to accompany us on this expedition because they are so formidable.
In an expedition like this, you need to have food, water, and even camping equipment. So we had to carry all this stuff.
Well, there's a ton of porters there.
Attitude is a big, important part of this.
I think we're going to see attitude once they get that bag in front of them and have to pick it up. We had a bag really weighing the amount that we were proposing to them they would be carrying, and had each of them put it on their backs and walk. When you're in such a remote part of the world, in Tanzania, it is completely unrealistic for us to come out here and be able to go almost 1,000 miles without employing porters. We have to count that in, but somebody can take that now. Empty, no?
Yeah. No, we got to carry water.
We could treat water tonight, too.
But are we going to carry the water on our backs? Water is absolutely the thing of life out here. I mean, it's my concern that we need at least 60 liters of water. That's about 5 liters per person, which is a good amount of water.
Those are empty right now.
Yeah.
So we're crossing
need them
rivers.
empty till we get to our destination.
But what do we do then after our destination? Do we never travel with water? I tried to tell Kevin, let's fill up some water bottles. No way he was going to fill up water bottles. Water. We need either carry fresh water or...
Yeah, I'd like to treat it. I mean, because
sooner or later...
Agreed, but we could treat it.
There's no question Kevin jumps in on things. He's definitely a decision maker. Does he make the right decisions? My first opinion, no.
We're like 3 hours behind already, and we just need to communicate.
An expedition is not a democracy. All right, guys. Let's just look at these real quickly here.
So now we're heading north up the coast.
Yeah.
For a lot of the expedition, Stanley took the traditional old Arab slave route into the interior. But he also would deviate from 10 to 150 miles from that route in order to keep his mission absolutely secret. And for us, it's going to be the same as we head west.
Through the swamps. 9.5 miles.
I'm just going to walk through the heat of the day, but apart from that, it's fine.
Our expedition starting in Bagamoyo, our goal is to go 10 miles through the Ruvu swamps, and we're going all the way to Ujiji.
You're going to be at the back, Kevin? Yeah.
Okay, guys. Let's go this way. Huh? I think this is too difficult. Let's go this way, back this way. No, let's go back this way. Can you get through there? All right, let's get through here, go back. Keep going inland a little bit. We're in the reed bushes right now. I got a compass. I can't see my way, so I just want to make sure that we're going somewhere due north. Stanley didn't have a GPS. He did have compasses. A compass is a circle, a band, and the circle is broken up into 360 degrees. And each degree represents a unique direction of the compass. Right there's where we need to go. So we were heading northwest, which is I thought where we were going because I can't hear the water, so we're off direction already. Okay, Using the compass through a forest is absolutely the most difficult there is. Why? Because I can't see anything. I can't see distant landmarks. In that situation, what I do is I go almost tree to tree.
Where is Pasquale leading us? I noticed they went that way and then...
Well, I see feet this way again. Sure, yeah. And there's some this way too. We lost the expedition already.
You better pick it up a bit, but
yeah.
Almost immediately, the swamps of Bagamoyo turned out to be a very, very confusing place. It's like a labyrinth of vegetation.
Go this way. Just follow this berm.
I was wondering about Pasquale's navigation skills, whether they're up to this or not. We seem to be all over the place.
I just don't want to keep going in the swamps, huh?
I think we've lost them. I hear Pasquale. Pasquale, give me a
Let's show you where we're at here, huh? Back on 290 now.
How do you know we're not there, for example?
We could very well be. So I thought we would just keep heading this way.
So there we are, day one of the expedition, just a few miles into the journey, and we've already lost our way.
You know what we're missing, don't you?
And suddenly I realized we'd lost Kevin.
Where is Kevin?
Did he get behind us somehow? Did he?
Yeah, he was behind us, but he wasn't that far behind us.
He's going to naturally head north, I think.
Because Pasquale's just off and running. Kevin's gone. This is the last guy you want lost out here, the one with the least experience. He's gonna panic, he's gonna overreact, and that is the last thing that you can do in a situation like that.
We've also now realized we've lost Kevin.
Lost Kevin.
Yeah, we really have lost Kevin.
Really have.
Wow.
Did he get behind us somehow? Did he?
Mangrove this thick, we should be moving very slowly, waiting for the last team member.
So there's Masai with him, there's...
at least one porter and a Maasai with him.
You don't see him in there at all? Nothing back there? Okay. I may just give a whistle or go in there, send the Maasai in there.
He's going to naturally head north, I think.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the same
We were heading
direction.
in that direction.
Can you hear me?
We should try and get closer to Kevin if he is heading that way.
I hear him.
Looks like we found our missing explorer.
Perfect coordination. This way. All right. You get into that mangrove swamp and you guys can't even see back at us.
No, not at all.
We're going to have to be much more disciplined and keep tighter together and work as a sort of platoon, an army outfit.
The river, I think, is here, huh? I think the river's over here.
You want to give him 5 minutes here?
Yeah, let's give him 5 minutes.
5 minutes break.
5 minutes, huh? This is not the river. The river is actually on the other side. I bet you 10 to 1 when the tide finishes going out that this may even be empty, huh?
It'll be a muddy, nasty creek.
Little nasty little creek.
I think that even if we don't get to this target, I think we've got to just make camp in daylight today.
Yeah.
We've just got to get back control.
Yeah.
Did we get them water?
No.
Yes, they're asking for water.
I know.
We have, our canteens are empty.
Yeah.
I'm really frustrated because I was vetoed on the water situation 15 times in Bagamoyo.
Now, is there a
To the
place
southwest.
anywhere along there we can get them water?
No, we have no water.
Yeah.
We took off without water. It was I was completely opposed to it. We got there, we had a water disaster. I was pissed off because I told Kevin, we need to fill up water.
This is like a critically dangerous situation. We've got 16, 20 people out here without water.
Yeah, there's palm.
Yeah. So that's probably a well.
Should I take Ramadan and just see if there's water there? Okay.
Water is the ultimate concern, and you think, right, but you're surrounded by water, but the problem is that water isn't usable to us. The water comes inland from the ocean, so it's salt water. We can't drink that. And that's what Stanley faced during his expeditions.
So hopefully we're going to be okay here. Hopefully Kevin should get water back to us soon. Kevin! Woohoo! The man of the moment.
Yummy.
It's delicious.
Water's got to be first. I'm not leaving this camp without water.
We learned on the first day, so yeah, we got to be really careful not to do that one again.
Let's kind of, make a pledge on this. We don't go without 60 liters, right? Yeah. I think it's a safety margin. I just don't want to end up in that situation again, okay?
Oh my gosh. There's a spitting cobra. They can spit
With phenomenal precision, it lifts its body 2/3 of the way up before aiming right at the eyes. At night, these guys are looking for a warm place to sleep, and our tarps are very comfortable places for them to burrow into. You guys, right over there's a spitting cobra.
Oh.
Yeah, a spitting cobra. It was beautiful, and it's, you know, it doesn't spit, but it sprayed a whole lot. It goes for the eyes.
It's not necrotoxic.
It goes for the eyes. If you don't wash them out right away with water or milk, permanent blindness. Like, it's not pretty.
Tell me when you see one.
It's very easy to get distracted by the beautiful landscape, but at all times you got to be aware that these guys could be right next to you and you're just not seeing them.
So we're at this. We're at the first of these tidal creeks. So we're going to cross the Ruba River, and then at that point, then we go through the swamps.
Is it all mangrove swamp today? So
except for the last,
this is going to be a muddy.
Except for the last mile. So I figure we got four-ish miles.
Pascal, this is Hassan. He's a fisherman. He was just trying to explain us that this kind of water, where we're going to cross Rubu, is very dangerous for crocodiles. So
there are lots of crocodiles at the Ruvu, and we need to cross this river during the nesting season of all times when crocs are at their most aggressive.
All right, guys, you ready? Let's go. Water's hot, huh, guys?
I think it was a couple days after Stanley left Bagamoyo where, I mean, initially he's enthralled with Africa. He's like a kid in a candy shop. It doesn't take very long for that to go away, for the harsh realities of Africa to set in. And they set in quickly. And it's the same thing with us.
Whew. This is the Rubu.
The Rubu.
That's a Rubu.
How many crocodiles does the Rubu have?
Hundreds.
All right, let's get up here and get the river crossing done. Wow, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. I don't know, for some reason I didn't think it was this big. This river's too deep to cross, right?
Yes.
It's so too big a river? Well, let's get up here. Let's try to get a canoe, huh?
Right.
Is there a boat up here?
This is quite good crocodile country, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They like it with this murky water.
Everybody listen up for a second. We're gonna load the canoes one person at a time. Who amongst you can swim? Raise your hand. Not very many. Don't stand up in the canoe, okay? We don't want you to tip over the canoe.
You ready, guys, ready? Okay, 20.
There's two dangers here. One is that there are crocodiles, and second is that there's a real risk of drowning, partly because these canoes are just dugout canoes, not very stable, and secondly, the porters largely can't swim.
Careful!
Yeah. Okay, faster. Come on, faster. Okay, faster. Okay, whoa.
Well done, then.
I'm impressed. Okay, guys, 20, huh?
Oh, here we go.
Is it mud?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Like this side. Trekking through mud, the worst mud you can imagine, up to our knees. It's 110 degrees. We have packs that weigh way too much, and we're trying to go perfectly straight just on a compass needle. Let me make some steps. You guys try to follow me in my steps, all right? I'm gonna kick steps in the mud. And I'm doing everything I can to keep this course straight, because otherwise, at the other end of that trek, I will never find what we're gonna find.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're gonna be able to make that.
Yeah, this stuff just sucks you down. If you're carrying 20 kilos on your back, you're going to sink really deep.
Guys, come down this way, okay?
Yeah.
This is the thickest, deepest of something yet. I got your load.
Oh. Pasquale, we agree? We pull everyone forward?
No, hold on a second. Let's go to dry grass.
This habitat, mangrove swamp is just about the worst possible environment for a camp. But part of the reason for that is this is totally uninhabitable because this is a flooded area.
I'm glad when we get out of this muck for good.
And soon the tide is going to be rising and water's going to start creeping in. And it's not a place you can escape quickly. So if we're caught here, it's just a question of climbing trees and waiting till the tide goes down again.
This is the turn, Julius. It's right here's the turn, huh?
This is better, huh?
Yeah, it's good to get out of that sucking mud. But we've got to keep the pace up.
I'm liking this.
Yeah, this is nice.
Here, give me this map. I'd like to get up into here.
Long one, huh?
You see, if we veer it this way.
Problem is that we're going to take 5 hours to get there.
Oh, Lord, really?
Well, this is the deal.
Well, no, that's exactly it.
Exactly. No, exactly it. My vote is start looking for camp at 1 hour and go no further than 2 hours.
Will we find something that's nice?
Yeah,
Are you thinking an hour?
But you guys, there's no indication that there's anything like this, which we know will work anywhere up there.
We've found this great camp. There's a river right next to us. There's places that we can set up shelter. We're under trees. This is the place where we need to camp, and Pasquale just wants to keep going.
We're still not going to reach where we want to go, so why don't we just take advantage of the fact that we can set up camp early? So I vote we stay here for a lot of reasons.
If you feel strongly, that's fine. We'll camp here and get up properly tomorrow and leave, as Stanley did at 6 in the morning, and none of this 10 o'clock rubbish.
I think
tomorrow.
the fellows will be happy about this.
Yeah.
All right, is there any
All right,
problem
good
with snake issues or anything like
No,
that?
these are just old termite mounds, is all these.
All right, I'm going to get my guys
We just
tarping out.
did that over there.
You
can eat those.
I've knocked one over with
there, and I didn't
carbons.
think they were termites, but I guess they are termites.
At first sight, it seems absolutely ridiculous camping where there are termites and ants and so on. But the great thing about termites is that they don't like water any more than we do.
That's a big
Hey, can you pull the other end of that?
That's a big tart.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it means that although we're so close to a tidal river, we stand a very good chance of not being flooded ourselves.
What I generally do then is I generally come to camp, I lay down, and I'd lay down my thing and start reading a book, because I haven't worked in my journal the whole trip. You know what I mean?
I was thinking the same thing. I really wanted to keep a very detailed journal.
Like Stanley, I'm a war correspondent, and probably the most important aspect of my job is to be a bridge for other people to see other cultures. And like Stanley, I'm keeping a journal on this journey, but unlike Stanley, I'm videotaping them. We're day 2 into this journey so far, and today I have to say was a tough one. We had to cross the actual river, which was filled with crocodiles. It's kind of interesting. Stanley had his own experience with a crocodile, where he went down to the banks of the river, and just as he was about to go for a swim, a crocodile lunged out and snapped at him, and his reactions were fast enough. He was able to pull out and not get bit. We're not doing it exactly like he did it, but we're doing it close enough that we relive some of that history.
Water's pending, guys.
We're critical with water.
So I figure we got about 20 liters of carried water besides what's on us.
And we went through 80 or maybe
80, probably close to 80 yesterday.
Well, that's a pretty dire situation.
Fantastic.
Is everyone drinking, pacing themselves, drinking a little bit at a time so that we don't run through the water very quickly?
Yeah, I've been explaining them this morning.
But are they doing it? Have they been doing it, though? Yeah?
Now we didn't have breakfast. It was water, but
Yeah.
they tried their best.
When do we think the next definite water is?
Don't know.
If there isn't water, then we totally dehydrate.
This is the first time that I've been scared this entire expedition. Water is a huge issue. You have to keep drinking, or you could die. I mean, you could end up dead from dehydration.
Let's really put out today, and let's push to right here.
Yeah.
And if we reach right here, we can probably get water there tonight. See, this is the deal.
It's an awful thing.
Here,
Water is the thing.
here it is. So we've still got to walk on this track. We've still got to walk another quarter mile. And then we need to turn 220, and we can go to the southwest.
So how are we going to estimate that distance without any?
I'm going to step it
We'll
off.
pace.
Yeah, we'll pace it off. 1,750 steps per mile. My steps per mile.
what the SAS do is that everyone does it silently to themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you all compare at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
Well, she doesn't know exactly what her step
paces,
is. She doesn't know exactly what I know exactly what my step is. My step.
Well, ask Maria. Maybe Maria.
I know
doesn't
exactly
make
what
these
my step is.
assumptions.
You know what your step is?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
But
What's your
But
step?
I'm not sure why you would assume that. It's
Okay.
just a bizarre comment. You know, I know exactly and you won't, so I'll just do it.
My apologies, Maria.
Pasquale seems to be treating me like I'm this little girl out here who doesn't have any experience, who can't possibly handle the simplest of tasks, and it's getting so annoying.
It's like when you make a comment that flat out, you know, I'll just do it because you obviously haven't done it. I just wish you'd asked me because I do have experience doing that.
Yeah. All right.
I could grab that compass from him and lead us to where we're going, but it's about respect. You know, I don't want him to see me as a girl out here. I want him to see me as an explorer.
Okay, guys.
Here we go.
Why don't we just go round?
Can we do that?
Yeah. Why don't we stick to the riverbank? Because that's where the line is anyway. Isn't that just a waste of energy?
Are we cutting back that way?
I have a route. I have a map with a route on it.
Yeah, I know you have, but we also know that we have a shore navigational aid in the river.
Could you do me a big favor?
Yeah.
If I tell you 100, could you just keep track of
Pasquale?
Yeah.
How are we doing on the bearing?
Good. We're perfect on the bearing, dude.
How can you take a bearing in this?
Well, I got a compass bearing. I just keep on the compass bearing where I can't see ahead of me.
Yeah, but...
Let's stay in the tufts, eh?
To be absolutely honest, I'm a bit frustrated because we'll be going through very, very tiring back mangrove swamps. I don't think it's necessary. We've got a very clear navigational aid, which is the river. We don't want to follow every meander of it, but it's looking like much better, drier going along the riverbank. So, can I make a suggestion? We tack back to the river?
Yeah, good suggestion.
What do you think?
Yeah, it is a good suggestion, but I think if we go ahead and head this way, we'll catch these next two drainages, and then hopefully it'll start clearing up a little more. Okay?
You know what I mean, though? This is like a back swamp.
You know, the hardest thing about leading an expedition is biting your tongue, because everybody thinks they know how to lead an expedition. It's like going grocery shopping.
Are you counting steps?
Yep. Okay, this way. And it's really so much more complicated than that. It's so much more difficult, especially when you're in an inhospitable land like Africa, where anything and everything can go wrong. Yeah, hold on. It's unpenetrable here.
Can I suggest we tack just around there? Just to make a little bit of headway. We're just going to have to zigzag, you know?
Yeah, we are. We're zigzagging plenty, dude.
I know, but we've got to be pragmatic about it and just bend with the vegetation. Just not bad.
The same.
No, just here.
So just come on with me. Just come on behind me.
Why?
And then it's going to open up over here a little way.
Completely open right here.
Pasquale?
It's going to open up.
I think we just have to go with the flow.
You know, there might be one through here too, right here.
I'm through here.
You're through?
Hold on. There's a trail here too.
Okay, I'm through.
Yep. Is it completely open?
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Go that way then. I'm not sure how long it goes this way.
The problem with Pasquale is that he's like a loose cannon out here, and loose cannons make dangerous decisions. You can't just blunder your way through Africa and think you're going to be okay.
I'd say we should try to keep on our bearing. Otherwise, I'm losing track now.
Right, that's what I'm worried about.
If I'm starting to lose track, we can get high ground, so we can make up better time. And then I can at least start to get back on trail and find out where we're at. Because right now, we don't know. We're all of a sudden,
Should I signal
with 12 different directions, now I'm lost.
Yeah.
I'm not lost, but we've got to lost. So let's do this.
Yeah, that scares me if you say we're lost.
We're not lost, but what I'm saying is that with people 12 different directions, let me go ahead and keep my wits about me without 27 people trying to...
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying.
I just can't believe how much time and energy is spent on getting lost, on arguing with one another, on just trying to make the simplest of decisions.
The only thing I'm asking, and this is the one thing I wanted an agreement on, are you going to take me an hour away from the water source? You know, that's the only thing I'm asking.
No. Look, the original plan was I wanted to touch that river. That was my original plan to get that water source. Now, why would I change that? Guys, let me guys tell you guys something. Navigating by committing democracy is getting really hard.
It's a question of being inclusive.
I agree it's inclusive, but I look and say, this is the way we're going, we have these options, but navigating by democracy is getting tough.
And we all agreed that we weren't going to let what happened on the first day, that we don't get more than an hour away from the water source, so at least we can get water.
Can we do can we at least agree on that? Compromise, which would be leave everyone here. Why don't one of us go ahead with one Maasai and just very quickly go out there. The Maasai will help us get back.
Ahead. Guys, one of the Maasai come with me. Okay, enough. That's good. I'll go with one of the Maasai, and then I'll call ahead. We'll call ahead.
And one of the other of us.
Come on with me. And then, of course, everybody starts talking. Everybody's got their opinion of which way we should go, how we should do it. And here we are early on, and already this thing's starting to fray. And it's a dangerous situation because we are well into the swamp. There's no turning back out of the swamp. So we either find out how we're going to get across this thing, make the right decisions, or we sleep in the swamp.
Pasquale?
Come on through.
Go through?
Yeah, go through.
Now, I'm not saying, we've got to find a solution to this, but we can't travel without water. I mean, we did that before and then just shut us down completely.
There's different rays of light coming from different directions, and I think that we're going to find openings.
You think it's good?
Yeah, I do.
It just looks like it's open over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what? There's good trail up here.
Good job.
We've just found a spot. I went up ahead over here, and it looks like the trail is actually quite good relative to everything else. So I think it's time that we get the guys together. So is it okay if we send one of the Maasai back?
Here we are. Maasai returns. Yeah, good. Any luck?
Yeah, 20.
Whee.
Yeah.
So what's it like up there? Is it open?
Yeah, it's open. Little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can go to use that.
Yeah.
Maasai usually not get lost. It is not easy for me to get lost in the bush. I know how to find a way. I know even trees that this is tree maybe I have seen somewhere or this, so not easy for me to get lost. Maybe I can get lost in the town, not in the bush.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, this was the right decision. This will get the porters through easily.
Yeah.
It'll make the journey easier. We got to reassure Kevin that we're not going to run out of water. We're going to be all right. But there's no choice. Are we going to head back? Yeah. Might as well head back to Zanzibar then. There's lots of water there. I'm agreeing with Pasquale because I actually think he's right. Everybody takes a jab at him every once in a while, but the fact is, I think that his decision to leave everybody behind and go up ahead and try and find a better path is better than returning to the safety of the river. I kind of wish he was like this all the time because then I could agree with him more. But, yeah, I like this, Pasquale.
All right, everybody ready? 20.
Beautiful out here. Nice to be out of that mud.
Quickly.
Open space.
Finally, huh?
We struggle out of these swamps at last. Africa right out there, reaching beyond the horizon to the west, and realize that we've only covered 9 miles. We've got 940 to go. How are we going to cope? How are we going to manage with so many porters, so much luggage, and so little ability so far to show that we can make it really as a team?
expedition.
What about you going in front?
No, it's under control, dude.
He just takes charge in such a way that you want to take charge back.
I will never not push on an expedition. We know we're going. Come on, 20.
We've got to port her down.
How serious is it?
Serious.
The expedition comes first.